Welcome everybody to the greenhouses out back. When you pull into the store, you will see this time of year these greenhouses that are almost like glowing with pink lights. And this is where all of our plants come to start. And we have it scheduled kind of every other week. This upcoming week is week 4. And this is the week that we're gonna plant all of our city hanging baskets, our 18-inch pulp hanging baskets, a few 12-inch early hanging baskets, and some of the plants for this coming week have already started to arrive. There's just over 10,000 plants here already in. We have another 10,000 plants coming. We have thousands of hanging baskets to plant these coming weeks, and it's always fun because I've spent the last like 4 or 5 months putting together all the combinations, and everything starts coming in and you can kind of start to see everything come together, which is a lot of fun. So these are all for our 18-inch sun and city baskets coming. But behind me here, last week we were talking a little bit about our shade baskets. These are the begonia starts that are here for the shade baskets. And some interesting things about begonias, they want what they call like the Goldilocks zone. They have to have, each of these plants to keep growing, they need 16 hours of sunlight every day. So obviously we don't have that. And if I start these too late, we won't have beautiful shade baskets by Mother's Day. So we have to start them early. And thus the kind of pink glowing lights that are in this greenhouse, they are the exact right rays, ultraviolet rays that you need for the plants to grow. It looks kind of pinkish to us, but these plants love that particular tone of light, and they need 16 hours of this. So we start them early in the morning, the lights come on, and they will stay on till later. If they don't get that 16 hours, the plants think it's winter, and they'll start hibernating. So in addition to that light, they also need to be 70 degrees or above. So it's super cold outside. Jessica came inside to start filming and her glasses completely fogged over. So I'm sure looking at the camera right now, it's a little fuzzy, but we start all of these super early. They start very warm. We have all these lights going. And that's one of the reasons why, I mean, it takes a lot of work in order to get a really nice hanging basket by springtime. In addition, I think one of the things we do really good at Bauman Farms is I love coming up with cool combinations and different ways of doing hanging baskets. Growing a really nice mixed shade basket, I want everything to play nice in the basket. I want everything to have you don't want something growing over the top of this so you don't see the begonia. You want each of them to kind of grow together nicely. So all of our plants, we start in these 4-inch pots. We get them all up and growing so they all look nice and full. And then once they're all nice and full, I go in and put the shade basket combos together. For some baskets, we just immediately put all the plants together. Shade take a little more work, a little more heat, and a little more light to make it work. Come on down, you'll see some of the other things we have growing. We have some trailing coleus, little babies that are starting. And you can see the difference in size, right? These are much smaller. So by starting them in a 4-inch, I really give them a chance to kind of grow and fill out before I start mixing them together. Potato vines, different types and flowers, or flowers is the right word. Like the leaf structure of several of them are different. I'm kind of playing around with them to make sure that I have the right texture in each of the baskets that kind of mixes things up. Turina is one of my favorite trailing shade plants. Beautiful like tubular flowers on them. This one's called Large Violet from Proven Winners. Makes a wonderful little accent flower for a shade hanging basket. We've got some more coleus. We have different types of begonias in here. Hulas are a kind of mounding trailing begonia. These little babies, again, you can kind of see how small they are when they get started. This particular variety is grown from seed, and it takes a little while for them to get going, but once they get started, poof, they're just beautiful and covered with blossoms. One of my other favorite flowers that we use for our shade hanging baskets are double impatiens. Proven Winners has a series of double impatiens called Rockapocos, and double impatiens look like little rosebuds on top of the flowers. or on top of the leaves. The flowers are like little rosebuds, and they're just covered in it. And Jessica, if you come over here, you can see, look at that little baby just starting to come up. This one is Rocapoco Tropical Shades. Beautiful little flowers. We get them all started, and it's so exciting. There's so many things coming, and every week we're filling it up with new ones. But besides the shade baskets, we have lots of other baskets that we've already started planting. I want to take you over and show you some of those. We're over in greenhouse 9 right now. Remember, we have them all kind of numbered out back so we can kind of keep track of where things are at. And this greenhouse right now, we are going to stock full of as many hanging baskets as we can. We put them what we call pot tight on tables, and we hang some up because it's expensive to heat everything, right? So we're going to pack everything in here as tight as we can so we don't have to heat too many greenhouses. And then as the days get longer, heat starts coming up, all these beauties start to grow, we start spacing them out. And that way, hopefully we can kind of keep a handle on how much temperature heat we're using. These baskets right here, come on over, Jessica, I'll show you, are our Calibracoa baskets. So these are, for the most part, just solid calis. And there is a chocolate lissamaki in the center here, which I just like to add a little bit of texture to the baskets. And we keep these tags in here, which kind of shows you each of the different ones that are in here. This Caltastic Violicious is probably the most beautiful purple flower I've ever seen in a Calibracoa. The picture on the tag doesn't do it justice. And then this Cappuccino one here has that kind of brownish red center to it, and the blue and the brown together with some chocolate creeping Jenny. It is just an amazing combination of flowers. I'm so excited. Like, I did a couple of them last year, or I saw actually in our custom basket, somebody put that combo together. Loved it. Beautiful combo. We have some 4-inch fuchsias. These fuchsias are going to be used for our mixed shade baskets, just like the begonias and stuff. They don't want a lot of extra light, so I have them in a different greenhouse. And you can see here, solid fuchsias are always the first ones. You can see how far along they're coming. And I talked about this before. They, you got to go through and pinch the fuchsias so that they get really nice and full. You get lots of foliage. So you can see this one, probably another week. And we're going to go through and we're going to take the tips out of these to keep them branching as they go, and they get nice and full that way. But the fuchsias are always started first. I plant some callies next. We put these little drippers in there to keep them going. There's a lot of hanging baskets in here already. Come on down. Check this one out. So this is a new one for this year. And this is Calico Graffiti. Each of the blossoms are kind of unique, right? Looks like some of them have a lot of pink, some of them have hardly any pink. I saw this in a trial garden, and I put some little bit of the Silver Falls Dichondra in there. You can see each of these 12-inch baskets, I put about 5 different plants in there. Something new, something different. I didn't exactly know what to put with it, so I just did some of that Cali combo solid with just a little bit of accent. We'll see how it grows, and then maybe throughout the year we'll try putting some other blossom with it and see what we can make for more combos for next year. We just put these window boxes in here. These window boxes are all of the planters that we put up in the gutters of the greenhouse, up on top of the red barn. You see them kind of as you pull in the parking lot. Proven Winners actually works with us. I create the combos on what I'm looking for. They give me a discount on them because we use them all in our display boxes. So these are all ready. I'm waiting on the last couple plants to arrive. They'll arrive next week. And then we have 250 of these that we plant up that go all over the farm and make it look just amazing. Behind me here, we have, and above me, these are our UFO geranium baskets. A little wet. They are, you can see really nicely now how we put the geraniums all the way around this outside. They call them UFO, unique flowering object, because it looks like a big flying saucer. But it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants, fill this whole thing up, and it becomes this big giant ball of geraniums. It takes a little while for these to grow. We like to grow geraniums a little bit cooler. It keeps them much tighter and you get a lot more flowers. So we always start them early. They're one of the first baskets that we start planting. These are just 12-inch geranium baskets. And I have this new variety, and this particular one is called Glory Days Pink. It's a brand new variety from Doom, and it's almost like a cross between an ivy, like trailing kind of old English variety of geranium and an upright, what we call zonal geraniums. It's kind of got the best of both worlds, so I'd almost say it's more moundy rather than trailing, but really unique flowers. Each of the flower petals has like a pink stripe down the middle of it. Really pretty. I'll have Jessica throw up a photo of it because it's so unique. It's brand new this year. There's Glory Days Pink, and I believe the other one's called Glory Days Red, but there's 2 different new ones. And these are all of our geranium baskets that are coming in right now. I have one more greenhouse stocked full of plants I want to show you. So this is another one of our greenhouses. We have it a lot warmer. It's like that first greenhouse we were in. This one is about 70 degrees right now. And this is where we have a lot of different houseplants. I'm playing around with some new basket combinations. One of the things that I like to do, this is some mixed foliage hanging baskets. So we have this Monstera Swiss cheese. We have some trailing moss and this Philodendron Brazil all growing together. I think it's gonna be kind of a fun combination. We'll start bringing these up to the store here pretty quick. But there's a lot of cool, we're always looking for new houseplants and stuff that we wanna grow. This is a new variety of philodendron. It's called White Measure. So Philodendron Birkin is a kind of green philodendron that has a white variegation to it. And Birkin is nice, but it doesn't, some of the foliage will almost come out solid green sometimes. You don't get a really consistent variegation on the foliage. White Measure is a new sport or variant of Philodendron Birkin, has a lot more variegation, gonna be nice and kind of compact, works great as a houseplant, but it's gonna give you, I think, a little more bang for your buck. And if you follow me, these are all a whole bunch of impatiens. These are New Guinea impatiens. And New Guinea impatiens, these are Magnum New Guinea impatiens. And the flower size on these is gigantic. And we're gonna hold all of these right now because they grow super fast and I want them to be able to mix with the begonias and some of the other stuff that we're growing. So we have a way of kind of holding them at this stage until I'm ready for them to bump up. There's lots of different philodendrons. This one is called Milani's Ghost. Beautiful kind of yellow, lime green almost foliage coming out on it. These guys are coming up to the store right now. We have some really cool begonias I wanted to show you. Soli mutata. Check this out though. The foliage is like covered in this unique texture with kind of the lime green veins to it. Oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. It's actually a pretty quick grower, but so pretty. Great little houseplant to have. You can use this in a mixed combo on a pot or something in your house, but oh my gosh, so pretty. And I have a couple others down here. Come follow me. This one is called Spirit of Flores. And check out the flower color. It's so pretty, it looks like flowers. The leaves on this are just stunning. Really beautiful. We have these in 4-inch right now. We're gonna have some 6-inch and some other sizes available later, but I'm just so happy with the way these are turning out. The crew out here has been doing fantastic. I mean, there's so many cool plants out here right now. This is Cebu Blue, a really nice pothos. Lots of color and foliage coming on it right now. We have a lot of different ones that we're experimenting with and growing. During the afternoons, it's like we're still busy. There's always things going on even in January, and I love to come out here and just like walk around. So it's fun being able to take everybody out here and show you things as we're growing, and there is going to be a whole lot more. So stay tuned as Jessica and me keep walking through the greenhouses. Make sure you subscribe and follow the YouTube channel, because there is so many cool plants coming for spring. I can't wait to share them with all of you.